Love a 90-minute banger.
Mm-hmm.
We get in, get out.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really solid. I would just check it out if you're just like casually looking for something to throw on. You know what I mean?
Sort of an entertainment extraction, if you will.
Every fucking week, new movies get released. How does anyone ever see these? There are too many movies.
Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies, family.
Hello.
This week on There Are Too Many Movies, we're going to be talking about Sean Baker's newest joint, Anora.
Scene Baker.
Before we talk about that, we're going to talk about what we've been watching, and I'm Chris Collins.
Josh Rodriguez Film School University.
I'm Alex Let Her Rip Wilson. I'm always saying Let Her Rip. It's just cool, badass hard rock shit like
You
that.
are a fucking cool, badass hard rock dude. I made that for Oppenheimer. Remember that?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Shout out Oppenheimer, dude.
It's a good movie.
Anyways,
Shout out Oppenheimer.
shout out the guy that made a
Shout out
nuclear
Robert
bomb.
J. Oppenheimer, bro. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, it just squirted,
It
dude.
did. Duanta's holiday juice.
Ooh.
Dwayne's a squirter?
Dude, he's got a red one in there.
Ah.
Oh, let's go, dude.
It is a red one. In theaters now.
No, actually. It's on Prime.
Straight to Prime, dude. $5 a month on Patreon if you want to support us.
It is.
It'll be, you get a bonus episode a week, you get a bonus movie monthly episode, and you get access to our Discord. Bunch of other fun stuff, too.
You can openly talk shit to us.
Mm-hmm.
Let her rip, dude.
Let it rip.
Dude, let her-
Anyways, that's $5 a month, so you get a lot of cool shit.
You get access to the Discord. You get watch parties. We want to do one for... Oh, did you see the fucking trailer for the movie that I want to watch for watch party?
No. Oh, yeah.
Despiser.
That's so crazy.
It's called Despiser, and it looks fucking amazing, dude.
I'm down.
We got to check it out.
I'm down based on the title alone.
Despiser.
This is like some 80s fucked up shitty...
It's like, did you ever watch Reboot?
No.
Okay, well, the special effects look like that.
Mm.
If you,
If you know
at
what that
home
was.
know.
It looks
that.
like Beast Wars,
Yes.
Okay.
where it's like computer generated, but it's like a live action film, but all the special effects look like Beast Wars.
Like early CG. Like Virtua Fighter 1 CG.
I'm so down. Wait a second. I know what this is. Did VFX Artist Reacts do a thing?
Yes.
Yeah. That looks,
Yeah.
That looks ridiculous.
Yes.
I'm down.
Despiser.
Despiser. And the guy's like, yeah, I think I'm making like cinema. I'm like, yeah. It looks great. I'm down.
Yeah, we got to do that for a watch party.
Anyways, those watch parties are in our Patreon Discord for $5 a month. So let it rip on $5 a month, dude.
Dude, let her rip.
It's
Let it
only
rip,
$5 a month, and you get everything. It's one tier for all of it, dude. Over 100 episodes, many bonus episodes, many supplements episodes where it's just us boys shitting around talking about the things that apartments do to us. You know what I mean? The things that our significant others have done to us.
I'm still in a bad mood.
I get it, man.
I gotta fucking
Yeah.
let it go. For
You gotta let her rip, dude.
You gotta let her rip. Fuck you.
Are you saying that because I've been saying let it rip lately?
No? What, have you?
I feel like I have.
Chris is like, I've been trying a new thing.
I've been like,
I feel like I have.
I've
I was
been
like,
saying that as a joke, but I feel like
oh,
you're-
really?
Yeah, like
I haven't
I've been,
caught it.
I've been like, let it rip,
Dude,
dude.
just get crunk with it, man. Honestly.
Dude, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
Yeah.
crank that Soulja Boy.
Yeah, you know what I mean when you just roll with it. You know, let it rip and let it ride, brother.
Dude,
Yeah, like I said that like a shit ton during the wrestler episode because that's like his
did you?
vibe. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know.
That's his vibe.
He's like, hey, is it cool if I nail a thumbtack to your thigh? And he's like, let it rip, brother. Like, I don't know.
Let it rip, brother. Yeah, that was funny.
Shout out, let it rip, dude.
dude.
Let it rip on $5 a month on Patreon.
Let it rip. And we're talking about pirating movies, you know?
No.
Wait.
Hypercam 2.0.
.divx.
Let it rip.
$5 a month on Patreon. You get fucking bonus episodes, monthly movie episodes.
Illegal streamed movies.
No, you don't.
Oh.
That's not.
Never mind.
That's not what you get. FBI. Tune out. If you're FBI, you have to say it.
You have
say
you
if
have
you
to
are.
tell
A
us.
lot of files that end in BD rip, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Not into that actually.
Yeah. Are you reading Wind and Truth right now? Are you winding your truth? So come talk about it.
Who's up winding the truth right
Yeah.
now?
$5 a month on Patreon.
All
All right, I'm gonna kick it off for watch list. Boys.
right.
It's been a minute. I'm gonna let it rip.
Yeah.
Let's pull up the letterbox. Let me just hold on a second, fellas.
Hey, Chris, take your time.
Thanks, man.
Letterbox. I just met her box.
Some guy in the Thanksgiving episode was like, "Why is Chris rushing him through the watch list?" And I was like,
Really?
"Yeah."
All right.
Yeah, I don't.
I was like, "Because we had to talk about Thanksgiving, of course."
Because we had important shit to get to, asshole.
Why the fuck is Chris rushing them through the watch list, dude?
I
It's
would
my
never.
favorite part.
All right. I watched Nosferatu. I got to see it, and I won't give it anything. I won't say anything in my thoughts on it. I will just say positive. It's great. Go check it out. It's good. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's more of Robert Eggers. I'd say it's great. That's all I'll say. I
I'll
don't
say nothing more.
You know what? I will say one more thing, and that's that I will say nothing.
Whoa,
nice.
The fake out.
It's great. Go
Just
check
gotta
it
get
out.
the cloud out there. I get
Yeah, because we're going to talk about it, obviously.
For
It might-
possibly.
It might be the Christmas episode.
It might possibly, ostensibly.
Cut to us being like, is Nosferatu a Christmas film? List of it. Die Hard? Christmas is mentioned. Anyways. I rewatched Extinction.
Extinction.
Sorry, Extraction.
Ah,
I was like, what the fuck is that, dude?
Extraction.
Hell yeah, dude.
The first part with Chris Hemsworth,
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
piano pee pants.
Yep. And it's fucking, it's pew pew, you know?
Hell yeah.
It's pew pew movie.
Yeah,
It's fun. It's John Wick, kind of.
He kind of.
You know, same
Yeah.
shit.
It's just
Thor
cool
Wick.
shit.
Yeah, just it's. I mean, that 12-minute oneer is the price of admission.
of course.
I remember it being like Extraction 2 is like a little worse than number 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
And they tried to they did a 21-minute oneer in
Jesus,
Extraction
man.
2, which was cool to watch, but you know how this is always what happens. Like it happens in John Wick too. It's like in John Wick, it's like the first one's pretty much based in realism, kind of gunplay
Yeah.
and stuff. And then by the fourth one, he's got a bulletproof tuxedo and he's just going, hey, you know,
Yeah.
but that's kind of what happened with Extraction 2, I feel like, where it just had to go bigger and better. And it's
Yeah.
not as like boots on the ground. It's
Sure.
it's insane action, Mission Impossible scenes. But I like this one because it was like boots on the ground. Just got to get the guy out.
Yeah.
my favorite. Like, I would love it. Like, I think the Raid did this a little bit. Where no, actually, no, never mind. I was about to say because the Raid felt like a very contained action thriller, and then the second one was like a lot bigger. There were more set pieces and more action.
Yeah.
I would love to see that go the other way, where it's like you have, you know, big, giant, bombastic action film. Like, if you in the comments, fucking drop one if you can come up with an example, because I don't have one where it kind of brings it back a little bit. It brings it back, dude. I'm thinking I'm back. You know,
Yeah, it just like more of the same instead of like we got to go bigger and better.
or even toned down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like a little
It's
more
just-
subdued and
Just Chris Hemsworth, he's like, yeah, I got an office job now.
yeah, just fucking work at a DMV.
Yeah.
It's just him knocking out files.
Like, what if he just is looking for one guy? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, instead of like the Raid, it
Hope
goes
this email finds you well. Emphasis on the find.
it goes from the Raid to like the Killer. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Yeah.
just A to B type thing. I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
it goes like his first movie's like in war, and his second movie is like him being a private military contractor later, doing small things.
yeah.
Just security for Ja Rule or something.
I don't know. I'd
You're
love to
thinking
see-
of Cube and then Cube 2 Hypercube.
Yeah.
It's going to fulfill
example.
that.
Yeah. Anyways, Extraction is fun. Chris Hemsworth, great in it.
yeah.
And I rewatched it because I saw some clip, or it was like on YouTube Shorts or TikTok, I don't remember, but it was like some Navy SEAL reacting to it. And like, you know how they like, oh yeah, that's kind of real, that's not real, that's kind of real. And they went through a few movies, and there was a scene in Extraction where he was like, damn, that's pretty, like, there was a part where he was like clearing angles and like, yeah, no, you would swing that way, angles and distance. And then there's a part where he gets close range fight with the guy because someone exposed their muzzle around the corner, and he goes like this and gets in close. And he mag dumps right into the guy's neck, which is below the helmet and above the ballistic plate.
Jesus.
And so the Navy SEAL was like, yeah. He's like,
It gives him PTSD. He's like,
he's like, whoa, fucking not cool, dude.
Whoa, not cool, gang.
He's like aimed down right above the ballistic
Where's my
plate.
wife? You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's like Navy SEAL reacts. It's just like 10 minutes of him being like torture. Cut the cameras off. I don't want to be here. Anyways,
my wife.
But yeah, there's we got it, dude. No, I need to emphasize this one with an act out.
He hits her and then himself and you bam.
But there's one scene in Extraction I want to mention where he's like fighting close with the guy and he runs out of bullets, or maybe his gun jams. It's hard to tell because it's so quick. He's got a guy pinned against the wall and he's shooting another guy. It jams and he uses like his chest rig to, I can't tell if he puts a mag in and like racks the slide and reloads, or if he just like fixes a jam. But he's like only got one hand. He uses his tack rig and he just like reloads and shoots a guy. And it happens in like less than a second. And I would have never caught it. What, guys?
I'm looking at Josh's face. You're just like
me, just like talking about nerdy reloads the past like 3 episodes. Like when John Wick.
You were incredibly red-pilled.
You were fully
not red-pilled.
Right.
I'm just a gun nerd now. I'm not red-pilled.
Yeah.
I think guns are cool and fun now.
It's just funny, yeah. The past like 3 months of the show, you've just been crazy into guns.
Just Zero Dark 30 movies.
Yeah.
You're just autistic about guns now.
A little bit, yeah. It's just, but I'm not in like a, it doesn't matter. Not in like a Luigi way, but in like a more of a, there's no.
You're just lore dumping for rifles, dude.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's all right, man.
It's a cool maneuver in an action film. That's
I
all
like
I'm
pro
saying.
wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It's like
It's true.
we don't have our fucking dumb, stupid shit to be a fan of.
Yeah, we all have our cringy, dumb bullshit.
Yeah. Exactly that.
That's it for me.
What are you laughing at?
I don't have
Dragon book?
anything. Oh, so you read a few dozen books about dragons.
What are you laughing at? Dragon books. Yeah, fuck you, dude. At least I can shoot you.
I'll hold the book. It's 1,000 pages.
Hey,
It'll stop the bullet.
Remember the scene in John Wick where he kills him with the book?
That was cool. He uses a pencil.
Alex is like, that's my favorite part.
The pen is mightier than the sword. In that instance.
What have you guys been watching?
I'll go next.
Oh, will you?
Woman of the Hour, Anna Kendrick. This is an Anna Kendrick joint. She directed this fucking movie that's on Netflix. It is a very, very solid thriller. I was not expecting a lot.
Why? Because she's a woman?
Yes. No. I saw the trailer. It's supposed to be like a thriller with her as a actress in the 70s that gets talked into doing like a dating game type show, and one of the contestants is like a serial murderer. And they didn't know this, but this really happened in real life.
Oh, but the really creepy guy with the long hair?
Yeah.
Shout out me.
It's a really solid movie, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I liked it.
I haven't heard anything about it, though.
People were talking about it when it came out.
I saw some people talking about it. It's the Netflix crowd. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
So
Is it in the Pitch Perfect universe?
It is not in the Pitch Perfect universe. This is much earlier time period that Anna Kendrick would be in. But it is actually really solid. I enjoyed it. The acting is pretty stellar from the creepy dude that's supposed to be the serial killer guy. Really enjoyed it, man. It was solid. Very straightforward 90-minute banger, dude. I got nothing else for you.
Love a 90-minute banger.
Mm-hmm.
We get in, get out.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really solid. I would just check it out if you're just like casually looking for something to throw on. You know what I mean?
Sort of an entertainment extraction, if you will.
Hey, let us know in the comments if that joke was good. Alex Gang, where
Was
you
that because
at?
my stone face that I gave you? I was trying so hard to give you nothing
my
at all.
I can't even do it.
There's nothing like committing to a dog shit joke like that. There's just
Oh God! All right, The Last Showgirl. We got a screener for this one. This is a Pamela Anderson joint. She decided to star in this movie, directed by who the fuck knows. But it is about literally one of the last remaining showgirls in Vegas. So she's performing in a show that she does every fucking day, basically. It's very much like The Wrestler. It was so weird to watch The Wrestler and then see this movie pretty close afterwards, and it's like, oh, they just try to do that. She's like a down on her luck mom that's trying to fix a relationship with her daughter while still having this thing that she's addicted to.
And she has a relationship with the wrestler. It's just the other side.
Yeah.
kind of. But it's about like the old Las Vegas Showgirl, which I never necessarily thought of, but like they're not really around anymore. You don't see those like Vegas shows where like the girls were in the feathers and the fucking
like
doing the thing.
Yeah, like that shit.
You don't really see that anymore. It's more of a novelty.
Yeah, her legs are in sync. It's crazy.
It's more of a novelty thing now. Whereas in like the late 90s, early 90s or whatever, it was very much like that's the part of it. That's the show you're going to see.
Yeah.
Right. Just girls.
Yeah. Just
Girls in feathers.
And we'll pay for sex, and then we won't tell our wives.
Yeah.
And they'll make that their entire advertising.
Yeah.
So she's like one of the best ones, but like the show's not doing well. It's on its last legs, and it's like this is about to end. So she's trying to rekindle this relationship with her daughter. She's really good in it. She's very like, they paint her in a really interesting light. She's a good actress. Like she does a really great job. The funniest part though is Jamie Lee Curtis. She is like she used to be a showgirl, but now she's just like one of those bartenders that like dresses in like the skimpy clothes and shit. She's hilarious, dude.
She's great.
She's so fucking funny.
She's so fucking funny. And then she has like an actual like, not striptease dance scene, but it's kind of like that. And it's really sad.
channeling her fucking True Lies.
True Lies a little bit.
And Christmas
You
with the
finally
Cranks,
watched that?
too.
I watched it a long time ago.
Shut the fuck up,
Not
dude.
a
No,
long
you
time ago. It was like
didn't.
last year.
Okay.
It's a long time ago to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
We brought it up before. You're like, I've never even heard of that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
but her and Freaky Friday, too.
Yeah, but anyway, she does a great job in this.
Striptease and freaky.
She does an interesting job in this. She's funny, but yeah, the relationship. I haven't heard. It just felt very much like The Wrestler. I was like, really, this is what we're doing here. There wasn't a whole lot to it. I didn't love it or anything. Dave Bautista's in it,
Oh,
Interesting.
so it's interesting, but it's like serious. If you watch The Wrestler, like this is the same movie.
yeah.
But you know what was interesting? When I watched The Wrestler, I thought, even though I don't know if it was like a cliche movie or if it didn't invent the cliche, but the whole guy run down on his making one final push to be great and be like, I'm not washed up, I'm not cooked. You know, that guy, I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, guys, young people, fucking kill myself.
Let her rip, dude.
Let her rip. Yeah. When I watched The Wrestler. It's gonna be just
Dude, Christina does that to me. We'll both laugh about something like totally mutually, and it'll be an actual laugh. And then she'll just look at me like,
just like mid laugh.
yeah.
Why?
Is it a serial killer?
Is it a bit?
It's a bit.
Okay.
She does it when I'm about to take a sip of something, and she's made me spit take like 6 times.
That's really funny. Actually,
Dude,
that's a good bit.
fucking bitch.
I felt like watching it while I was enjoying how great it was. I was like, this is really a cliche movie.
Yeah,
I think a lot of movies replicated that aspect.
It's
of
got that trope for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a good trope.
It's the OG though, man.
The Wrestler is like 2007 or something.
I think it's the OG of that, like experimental, like guy down on his luck thing.
No, definitely not. I can't name it,
so.
but I
Fuck
definitely.
you,
All right,
dude.
never mind.
I just
Hey,
mean,
man.
I'm talking about that specific like fisheye lens style. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's really in his grill and like
Just
there's
raw and real.
yeah. This is shot just like that. It's like I said, it's fucking strange how
Shit. Like
similar
no
it is.
tripods allowed.
Yeah. There's a really sad scene where she does like her last, like she's auditioning for another show, and she's. I mean, because you're not gonna watch this, I don't think, right?
No.
Yeah.
Because people listening might.
I'm here to tell you about a movie. Here's the ending.
It's a really sad audition scene. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Much like the audition.
And she jumps off the top rope and it cuts to black.
Something like that.
And then the Wrestler Cinematic Universe, Mickey Rourke comes in, and then the whale, Brendan Fraser, the whale, they each get lap dances.
And the Black Swan enters.
Yeah.
No, it's like a fucking 2.5 stars. I was just like, all right. Pamela Anderson was great. She was fun.
Sure.
Let's
Hey man,
see.
hurry it up with the fucking watch.
Yeah, hurry it up, you cocksucker.
I'm fucking rushing everybody.
I'm
through it.
pissed.
Oh, I'm so impatient.
So mad.
I'm so pissed off right now.
Pissed.
Luca Guadagnino's Queer, starring Daniel Craig.
Oh.
This looks amazing.
Dude, it is kind of gay.
Is it gayer than Challengers?
No.
Gayer than Call Me By Your Name?
Yes.
I'm in.
In between. Yeah. It is really fucking solid, man. Daniel Craig is a fucking G. He's so good. Very interesting. Like, he's obviously very brave to take on a role like this because he himself is not gay at all. So
Person that pretends for a living. Pretends.
yeah.
Dude, he breathed the dragon's cum in this one.
He did. Really, truly good. Jason Schwartzman is in it.
He's great.
Of Rushmore fame.
Scott Pilgrim.
I don't want to spoil anything about this because it is visually one of the most interesting films I've seen of the year.
Yeah, it looked really... The trailer kind of alluded at some really weird visuals, so it looks kind of cool.
Dude, it gets to like a very crazy... I didn't think it was going to go down this rabbit hole, and maybe the trailer revealed this, but it goes down some crazy like psychedelic trips that he goes through. That shit was like worth the price of admission.
So it's like motivated by him actually doing a drug? Or is it just like imagination?
Partially. I mean, that's basically the whole third act is the experimentation,
Just tripping balls.
hallucination scenes. All of that is mostly in the third act, but like he's obviously going through his own thing right now because... or in the film because he's not in an era where being openly gay is accepted. And he's
So
basically...
now...
So like pre-2015.
Yeah. Well, he's like trying to pick up men throughout and, you know, it has to always be at a speakeasy and, you know, on the low and all of that. But like, it's really, really interesting. Like that part, I was like, okay, I would love this movie here. Like this is enough for me. And then it gets into this crazy fucking out of nowhere psychedelic stuff. Like, I did not expect that to come at all.
Sounds great.
And dude, that last scene when they're in the jungle, dude, holy fucking shit.
I'm in the jungle, baby.
All of the editors the Eddies, you know what I'm talking about, where they have like the awards for editing, all of it, give it to this movie, dude.
Damn.
Queer. It's fucking solid, man.
That one's been on my list.
And a lot of really great needle drops in this movie.
Love a good needle drop.
Oh,
That's the thing is like, I say it too much. Music is so under like appreciated for mood setting. Even if you're just talking original music, John Williams and all that, who've basically made the Spielberg feel.
yeah.
But also just a scene with a good track becomes a different scene with a different track. It changes everything.
Is it Goodfellas or Casino that has Sunshine of Your Love?
Bam, bam, bam,
I can't remember. I want to say Goodfellas.
Oh, dude. When that fucking needle drop hits and where De Niro's staring at the dude across the bar.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I think it's
Christ.
Goodfellas.
You know shit's about to go down.
Yeah, what if it was like fucking and I need you?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
different vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, guys? As an editor,
Yeah.
you might not understand, but if you change it to a silly song, it's a different feel.
I never thought about it because I've never edited anything, but like when you change stuff, it makes it different.
Yeah. Exactly.
This and more in good points for $5 a month on Patreon.
Editing The Dragon's Breath. So check that out. It's really fucking interesting. One of the craziest looking films I've seen all year. And then finally a documentary, dude, that just came out on Hulu called Girls Gone Wild. A look into the behind the scenes of the making of Girls Gone. I don't know. It's about the
You're
dude.
like you putting on thinking you're watching Girls Gone Wild.
You're
and
like,
it's
there's
just,
no tits.
What the hell?
It's just
the
a
heck?
Joe
Why is-
Francis
why
guy.
is everybody blurred?
So did you watch it?
No.
It is about Joe Francis, the creator of Girls Gone Wild.
Who's that?
the guy that created Girls Gone Wild?
Oh.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Dude,
Yeah, me neither.
It is a very interesting documentary, dude, and it interviews a lot of the girls that were in the video that signed their
Life away.
they signed their fucking contracts, and they were like, "Yeah, I can appear naked on screen," and they're like, "How dare you put me naked on screen?" You know. I won't comment on any of that, but it is an interesting documentary about a lot of people that came together and like, this is not right because of XYZ. I was exploited. I was only 15 when they filmed me on Girls Gone Wild.
Yeesh.
This is a mass-produced video that was marketed as like, oh, we're just girls fucking showing our tits on the beach, right? Then you buy the video and like fucking that's 10 minutes of that. And then the last 30, 45 minutes are like, you know, sex scenes of girls that are being manipulated to do all sorts of shit because they're drunk. Like, it's pretty fucked up, man.
It's like the original Let Her Rip series, if you will.
Anything else?
Did you ever play the Guy game on Xbox?
No.
It's the guy game.
So this was Girls Gone Wild, but the game essentially for Xbox came out in like 2004, and it was put together by some like obvious, like very like indie team at the time, and it was basically just trivia questions. And if you answer them right, you get a video clip, an FMV of a woman showing her tits. And then it came out that like a bunch of the girls were underage, and they were just like, shit.
They're like, it's already been mass produced.
Yeah.
Shit. It's not like you can delete it off the PlayStation Store.
Yep.
Yikes. All right. That's it for me.
All right. Well, all my stuff is here. So, all right. First up, Sing Sing. We got the screener for this.
Dude, this looks really good.
This was so good.
Please tell the people about it.
Okay, so Sing Sing.
Coleman Domingo.
Yes, Coleman Domingo, and also the guy who played the counselor in The Sound of Metal.
Ooh,
If you remember him.
I love that guy, yeah.
He's also in this, as well as a bunch of other people. Cool thing about this, so this is about the RTA, the Rehabilitation Through the Arts program at Sing Sing Penitentiary, where this group of inmates put on plays for the rest of the prison, and it's about their rehabilitation through that.
Through acting, right?
Through the arts, I think is what
Through
it's
the
called.
arts, okay.
But it this is a fucking incredible movie. Coleman Domingo plays who's the guy who's basically like looked up to by everyone.
Yeah.
He's like the play guy. It's so much so that like he was in different prisons putting on plays, and then he goes to Sing Sing, and people walk up to him with like playbooks
Oh, wow.
from different plays at different prisons that are now in this one, and they're like, "Hey man, can you sign my stuff?"
Holy
And
shit.
like he's like really looked up to. And so this other inmate there who's like not remotely in tune with his like his emotions or like he's very, very like mentally sequestered and just like in his own place in order to get through his prison time, basically. And he's like, I'm gonna give this acting thing a shot. And it sounds sort of cliche when you talk about it, because it sort of is, but it's incredible watching their relationship grow. And so another interesting thing is the actor that plays this guy is that guy.
Oh, wow.
A bunch of the actors are
Playing themselves.
were inmates that were playing themselves and are now in this movie, and they all do incredible jobs, but especially that guy. He plays a character named Divine Eye. I can't remember the actor's name, but if you just look that up, you'll immediately find him. He was fucking incredible. Yeah, dude, this is an amazing movie. Probably 4.5, maybe
Clarence
5 stars.
Macklin?
Yeah, that's it. You will love this movie.
Yeah?
It's
4 out of 5,
good.
you said?
At least 4.5, probably 5.
Shit.
Very, very good.
Love that. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of really good things about this. That is a front runner for Best Picture, and Coleman Domingo is a front runner for Best Actor.
He was amazing. Everyone in this movie is amazing.
He's a terrific actor.
Yeah, he's great. We Live in Time, starring Florence Pugh, famous stinky actress,
And Garfield the cat, right?
and Andrew Garfield loves lasagna, hates Mondays.
It's because his last name is Garfield. That's why it's
Shout
funny.
out to Garfield the
Yeah.
cat. I loved him in that A24 film.
Yeah. She's great. She Florence pukes. She Florence poo-hoos. She does everything in this movie. It's a Cancer Wife movie. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's Cancer Wife the movie. The first shot, you're like, this is a very Cancer Wife movie, and you'd be right.
Yeah.
You would be right.
I
in
could tell
thinking
that from the trailer. It's like, oh, this is the big sick.
Yeah.
But
This is
it's
big sad.
By A24.
Yeah,
That's the grip, right? That's
I guess.
fucking
it's
thing.
a walk to remember. A24
by
style.
A24. Yeah.
Well, not as good as A Walk to Remember. That's a masterpiece starring Mandy Moore, and I love that movie. So
My bad.
not quite there. Still really good though. 4 stars.
Yeah, it's really solid.
It's solid. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's got a few moments that'll get you choked up for sure.
Their chemistry together,
Dude, they're amazing together.
it's like they've been making movies together for years and years and years. Like they
You
have
get me
excellent-
together with Andrew Garfield though, and I'd be like, "Shut up, dude!
Shut the hell up,
Shut up,
Spider-Man. Fuck
Stop
you.
it." I saw this one Letterboxd review. I wish I could remember who said it, but it just said, "Close enough. Welcome back, Gwen Stacy." I just love that. Heretic. Good. Loved it. Borderline perfect script.
Yeah.
So tight.
I didn't expect that movie to
Have an
like,
amazing script.
yeah, amazing dialogue.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a dialogue movie.
Yeah.
It's like just like
It's a dialogue thriller.
Yeah.
My favorite fucking genre. Dude.
Yeah.
It's like it's suspenseful because of just the dialogue,
Yeah.
just because of words. It's literally a podcast movie.
Yeah, it legit is. It's great. Hugh Grant is
More like Huge Grant. He's a
Dude.
big part of this movie.
dude. Well said. Let her rip. He's very charismatic. The two girls are unrealistically hot for Mormons, but you know what? They're great. Great. Well acted, well written, all that shit.
The board game analogy was one of my favorite things.
I loved that.
And that was one
that
of my
was
favorite
so cool.
scenes. He's just breaking down like religions with like, it's not a huge, like just it's
like
a great scene.
Monopoly.
But it also
Yeah,
has
yeah,
a lot of respect for people that are religious too.
Yeah.
I think it did really well. It was just really well written.
Yeah, no, there's counterpoints like from both sides,
Yes.
and and everything is valid. Everything everyone says is valid.
Yeah. Hugh Grant is the only person that can make like a Reddit atheiist be charismatic.
That's who Reddit atheists think they come off as.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And then they're not. All right. Next up, I saw the TV glow.
I saw the TV glow. I think we talked about this last week, right?
We did. I feel about the same as you did, visually and aesthetically and score wise. I fucking love this movie.
It's a vibe.
It's vibey as fuck. I love really everything about the way it looks. Everything about the way it looks and the way it sounds. It's great. I did not vibe with the story. I did not vibe with the dialogue or the writing or the acting. I just didn't.
But you are a bad person for saying that.
I am a bad person. I have never felt different, and that's probably why. It's fine. I don't really.
No, I mean, I think it's tough because you talk about this movie that it is kind of made for us, right? Because we grew up in this era.
Right.
And we grew up with Goosebumps, the TV show.
And I love the stuff they did with that. Like, it felt immediately pretty nostalgic seeing that, like, analog aesthetic with those, like, color palettes and shit.
Well, absolutely. And they literally have a show that is substituting for the Goosebumps show called The Pink Opaque, which is very much a Goosebumps TV show.
Yeah.
However, it has all of this lore that the kids are, the two main actors in this movie are reading about. It's really interesting there. I just didn't think enough happened in the movie for me to find it interesting. And granted, I've never had an identity, anything. I am fucking a straight dude. All right. So, my thing was like not trying. I didn't want to come off and be like, I didn't fucking get it. Fuck this piece of shit. It was never about that for me.
Sure.
I didn't like the content of the film, but what we talked about last week, it is aesthetically gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
And all of those things hit on very different levels. I was talking about the nostalgia shotgun blast of the fucking Fruitopia machine in the movie.
Yeah.
It just feels like a moment in time. However, time is standing still because nothing fucking happens in it.
I get it. It's like, it's admirable that a movie this good looking and sounding was created. Like, I could not do that. And it looks, I can't say it enough times. I love the way this looks. The dialogue.
You're soft-pedaling it, dude. Just like say what.
I fucking hated it, dude. This movie sucked dick.
Yeah.
Thank you. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I still
dude.
haven't seen it, but I just like, point being,
I went in very optimistically, and over time, like my
Hype for it.
hype for it just like fucking dipped throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you vibed with this and it spoke to you, that's fucking awesome.
we don't need to tiptoe around opinions of movies, guys.
No,
it doesn't matter who made it, straight, gay, trans, queer, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like, if we didn't like it, we didn't like it.
I didn't fucking
It doesn't matter.
All right, next on to a movie I did like more than I saw the TV glow. Red One. I watched this. I watched this today.
But you're a straight male, dude.
That's true.
Yeah. Coming off like, oh, Extraction and John Wick.
Red One is fucking dog shit. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's fun.
You watched it?
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit.
Oh.
No, it's fun.
Oh, it was, okay.
It's Santa Claus Extraction. That's literally what it is. I swear to God, that's what it is.
It's like
So-
an army extraction?
So
like what?
Dwayne the Cock Johnson,
Dick the Cock Johnson.
Dick the Cock Johnson, is the bodyguard to Santa Claus, who's codenamed Red One,
Uh-huh.
sort of like Air Force One.
Oh, so that's the name of the movie.
Right.
Oh.
So he is captured by, I'm not going to spoil who captures him. You'll have to watch the movie for that.
Is it Jack Frost?
Nope, you would think, but it's not.
Shit.
Krampus.
Nope, but they do have a slap fight with Krampus.
Nice.
Which is pretty good.
As I'm drinking my Dwayne the Rock Johnson
Big red one.
holiday punch.
So he gets kidnapped, and then Dwayne the Rock Johnson has to team up with the hacker who sold the information to the kidnapper of Santa Claus, the wolf, to get the red one back. So
Okay.
Kind of a red hat, if you will.
yeah, a red hat hacker, you could say. Yeah. It's fine.
If the red one is like the sleigh or like the deer Secret Service, like, do they take a bullet for them? I thought that would be funny. Like Rudolph, just like, Mr. President, get down, get down, get down. He dives, and then just like there's like a dying in its arms moment where he's like, Rudolph, no, and the light just kind of goes out on the nose.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm
I'll
just
dig in
dying
deeper,
in your
dude.
arms tonight.
Yeah. Credits roll.
Something is said.
Kids are crying.
Yeah. So, I watched that. That's all I got.
Okay.
What'd you rate it out of 10?
2.
I like that you like just raw dog shit movies like that, and like you just like go all the way through. Yeah.
What do you? I'm giving the creator their fair shot.
Well, that's true. But also, like, did you enjoy it from a like? You said it's fun, but like, it's obviously not a great movie, and that's, you know, your shit radar goes off when you see that.
It's so stupid. It's fun, but also there's like really like creative shit going on that you wouldn't expect. Like the North Pole is like a borderline cyberpunk city. And like it looks like a Blade Runner in the North Pole, sort of.
Like the production design guy's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go off.
It's kind of crazy.
It's called Red One. We're fucking going for it. All right, buddy. That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's what you think it is.
Was it better or worse than Black Adam?
I'm gonna be real. Looking back, I did not like Black Adam, but it does some cool stuff. I'll be honest. They're about equal in my mind.
The Rock rips Satan's head in half.
Right.
I think by his horns. I think I really like that movie.
I think I'm Widowy trying to
I
like
think
that.
we Black
Adam. He literally takes Satan's head and goes, oh, and he fucking rips it down the center, dude. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great. It's a great scene. It's a great scene.
Good stuff, buddy.
Good scene. That's all the TV Glow sucks though.
I saw the TV Glow as a fucking piece of shit.
Dude, I could not stand it. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I still haven't seen it, for the record.
Sorry, not sorry. I hope you do. I hope
I
you do.
won't.
You finish the trifecta because we need to know that we're validated in the fact.
No,
that-
he's not.
I don't think I'm
gonna
gonna like
like
it.
it.
I can tell I'm not gonna like it. I don't want to burn 2 hours.
Why? Because it's gay, dude?
Ooh, you fucking burned him.
Me after being like, I'm gonna watch Queer for sure.
Yeah. It's literally Gay the musical from IT Crowd.
No, it just doesn't seem like my type of movie.
But it looks like your type of movie. Aesthetically.
Aesthetically,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, when I saw the trailer, I was like, that looks interesting. But like when early reviews came out, I knew it was one of those movies where it's like, fuck, that's just gonna have a cool aesthetic and it's just gonna say nothing the
Yeah.
whole time.
All right, is it time for Anora?
Let's get into Sean Baker joint Anora.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean Baker, for following the podcast, by the way.
Shout
I really
out to Sean
appreciate you.
Baker, yeah.
This,
Fuck you.
This movie won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Did it get a
That's like
standing
the-
ovation though?
For 11 minutes?
For fucking 15 hours.
Holy shit.
Non-stop.
I feel like that has just become such of a meme of a thing now.
Yeah.
If I got that, I would be like, sit down. Like if I
Yeah.
made a movie and they got a standing O, I'd be like, stop it.
No,
That's
you wouldn't.
That's like
Stop
But
it.
now every headline is like, it got a 37-minute ovation.
Yeah.
People's knees,
puking.
They were shitting and farting and pissing.
people's knees were blowing out of their sockets. They stood so long.
Yeah.
Someone elevated into the ceiling. It was that fucking good.
Roger Ebert fucking became alive, dude.
He came back to say that was good, then died again.
Yeah.
He was like, good movie.
But that's great. That's cool. Deserves a standing O. It's a great movie.
Oh, it's fucking
It was really good.
so good, dude.
Yeah.
Sean Baker. I love you, Sean Baker.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just love the type of film you make because he is just undeniably himself every single time.
Yeah.
The unconventional slices of life.
I love his movies so much because the characters are always the most important things, and it feels like in all of his movies the setting is important, but you could also put him in a completely different place, and it would still come across the way it does.
And
you know what I mean?
As much as I love dialogue and screenplays, throw him out the window for Sean Baker because he just does whatever the fuck is natural in the moment.
Yeah.
He sets up scenarios. It's like Curb Your Enthusiasm. He'll set up scenarios for these actors. Be like, let's just figure out what feels the most natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking really, dude?
Yeah.
Really? Truly?
Yeah.
That's what we're
For
doing.
real. He's really letting her rip in this movie.
Yeah. Like when I saw this movie, I thought like, oh, 25% of this is scripted. Like,
Yeah.
like a quarter of this is actually written down.
Even if that's not true, it feels that way.
Right,
Yes.
which is an achievement in itself.
100%. It feels so natural for every actor.
Yeah. How does this opening shot compare to Eyes Wide Shut in your mind?
Ooh.
Is it the strip club?
Yes. It's basically the same thing. Well, not basically, but
It's
you
a
know.
mood setter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mood setter.
It'd be
And
a different movie without that opening.
right away, Sean Baker, who's known for having films that talk about sex work or featuring sex workers in his films, right off the bat, you are understanding the process behind what she's doing for a living. It could be any character in any position, but it's like this is her at her job.
Yeah.
And she's selling to fucking, guys at a strip club. It's like, oh, we got to go to the ATM. That's where we're
Yeah.
going, shit like that. And her voice, she fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
My New York queen.
Dude, seriously,
Yeah.
like I would love to have like great actress, first of all, a goddamn alien, I guess I would say. She's so insanely illegally hot that
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
crazy.
it's like that's otherworldly. It's
Yeah,
like
it's out of this world for sure.
there's that, but also like that acts with that sort of New York, Jersey sort of like combative accent. Like I would love to have like violent fights of glasses being thrown at me forever with my Jersey queen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Like I would love to have arguments all the time.
Just
like
like-
if she was like, "What is going on?"
And
all
you're
the
like,
time.
I fucking love you.
yeah. And then she can switch to Russian too. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so she can just pivot to Bond villain. That's fucking amazing.
She's amazing. in
She
this.
checks it. Like, it's just like unreal how like it, and also like you said with the ATM thing, like she nails the accent throughout also, but like you were talking about settings and stuff. He makes scenes or scenarios like the opening scene of her just kind of perusing the club looking for a private dance was like she kind of just had, it was a playground. We watched this interview where he was talking about how he just like she was going up to background actors, extras, and just like riffing, and they shot 30 minutes of that and cut it down to 2.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah.
he edited it.
Yeah, I saw he was the editor on
Sean
this.
Baker edited this fucking thing, which is insane, especially with all of the different voices that are going back and forth, especially the Uncut Gems type scene where
Yeah.
they're the guys that work for the parents, the stooges, basically, they run into the mansion and are trying to find the husband and now Anora, the wife, and it's just total chaos for like 20 straight minutes, dude.
Right.
And the actors speaking over each other, and that, like you were talking about how it would just be a nightmare to edit, and it was him, dude, Sean
Yeah.
Baker.
Which makes sense because if you to dial in your vision that much, it almost has to be him.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the way he the stuff that comes through seems so real and raw every time, and I'm sure like in dumping 30 minutes of footage to an editor, you're going to get a different result, better or worse, who knows?
Yeah.
But you're going to get a different result.
Plus, like the ways that he like characterizes each character via like their like just the looks they give each other and stuff like that. Like he's clearly got like the storyboard in his mind, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna fill this out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fill this out, and then that'll be that, and I'll have control because
Right.
it has to be this."
Yeah, there's definitely certain key moments, but he also just lets them all play, which
Yes.
is so obvious.
And he's editing in his head while he's directing too.
The best directors are editors for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at least they all have to. They all
No,
have to
you're
have an
probably right.
understanding of editing, but ones that shoot for the edit are different.
True.
So it's that somehow that humanistic realism always comes through in his movies.
And it just feel like when I first finished with this one, I was like, man, it felt a little long for me because it's 2.5 hours. It's a long
Is it?
movie.
It does not feel like that.
It kind of goes over you, right?
Yeah.
But I think I saw like a late screening, so I felt how long it was.
True.
Yeah.
A bit, but it definitely wasn't. I didn't feel like I can take this part out of any.
No.
No,
It all felt so essential to the movie.
yeah, and the pace was so frantic that you don't feel it.
Yes.
No, you really don't. However, I think the length kind of played into why I didn't love it as much as I kind of do now, if that makes sense. Like after rewatching it, like as we were watching it before this episode, I have a newfound appreciation for it because after the first one, I was like, it's definitely not my favorite Sean Baker movie, but I love his movies. I enjoy his movies, but this is like right up there for me now.
As soon as I finished it, I immediately thought it's not my favorite by him, but it's probably the best by him. You know?
A lot of people are
Yeah.
saying this is his magnum opus. This is
Okay.
like everything that he's been building up to. And because it's like a giant budget too for him.
Sure.
Yeah.
He was used to working with a fucking $5 bill.
But
Yeah.
to that point, you know that scene, the New Year's Eve party scene?
Yeah.
They filmed that in one day.
It's crazy.
That whole sequence.
Yeah.
10 hours.
Yeah.
That is fucking insane, dude.
I guess, I mean, if you're experienced, you know what you're shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it all worked out.
You got it worked in your head. Yeah.
It's like Nolan, where he's just like he's the fucking he's just a really great economist of film, right?
Right.
The
And
Economist, you could argue.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
he's an economist. Really.
Yeah. I think like what you said is right. Like it's not, it might be my favorite, but it arguably is his best.
Right.
I think
But I
it's
get
his
what you're
best movie.
Yeah. Because like Florida Project has so much more heart than this.
Yeah,
Sure.
Like this doesn't, I guess because it's about kids, it has that air of innocence where this is like a bit more,
this is raw.
it's a
dude.
bit
Yeah.
more the underbelly.
Yeah. Plus, like Willem Dafoe in Florida Project, like he's so like a good person, whereas in Anora, like Anora, the character herself, is so used to every single interaction being a transaction that like when she encounters like someone who has like not the worst impression of her in their mind, she like can't handle it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like the whole dynamic with her and Igor.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh yeah, totally.
yeah.
I mean, okay, so we haven't talked about Ivania or Vanya.
Vanya. Yeah.
Dude, what a piece of shit in this movie.
Yeah.
He's got the life though.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
But
Pretty
that
cool.
would-
pretty
that would
cool
be-
life he's got.
Yeah.
Just-
That would be any child with unlimited monies, dude. You know?
Yeah, no,
like-
he's mentally 7.
yeah,
and
Yeah.
no parents and all the money.
Yeah.
Oh, let's take a private jet to Vegas.
yeah.
It's just like that just happens.
I got married in Vegas.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene where they're just like celebrating like out on the street, like that to me feels like the most Sean Baker moment in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because it feels like he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to film you. Just talk shit. Just,
Yeah. Just go crazy,
Yeah.
dance,
Crazy.
and be happy you just
Yeah.
got married.
And
Yeah.
he left that open to Mikey Madison to like, this is your character, and he helped her inform what the script was going to be and what the story was going to be. He like collaborated with her on this.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And she had only had 2 like really big projects under her belt. One of those was Scream 2. It's not like she's this
Oh, yeah.
giant actress. She's in a Titan of Hollywood. She's not in the same. She wasn't in the same conversation as like the Sydney Sweeneys of the world, Florence Pughs, and you know on and on and on, like those actresses. But now, due to the fact that she fucking killed it in this movie, she's on the short list of best actresses of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really like, I don't know who else is like in the running, but like if in the front of my mind, I'm like, oh, it has to be her.
Yeah, I mean, nominated at least.
Yeah.
I hope.
But you see, the Hollywood just does not appreciate stories about sex workers at all.
Or
They've-
anything too racy, I guess.
I mean, yeah, like they don't get nominated. Hustlers at the time, which was like it was well regarded. I never saw it, but people fucking loved that movie. I think Jennifer Lopez was snubbed for Best Actress nom that year because of that movie. Because it
Jennifer
was a
Lopez.
movie.
Yeah, no, it's just a wild sentence. Jennifer Lopez got snubbed.
Well, it was a critical and financial success. That movie was,
I've never seen it.
and it was totally snubbed at the Oscars. Apparently,
Well, Monster. She's kind of
she was a
monster.
she was like a serial killer. I think that's why they were like, it's
Yeah.
more respectable.
And those whores.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I guess. But yeah,
I just think the Academy kind of like shies away from sex work in general.
maybe.
But when you see this, dude, I don't know that anybody else really deserves that. I mean, is more deserving of the nom. I can't think of 5 more performances than her that deserve that nom, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean she carried the movie for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and it had that whole frantic Uncut Gems feel, and I don't even know if Uncut Gems got nominated really. Right?
I don't think it did.
Adam Sandler was snubbed for sure for that movie.
Famously snubbed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
It was nominated for a few things, but Oscars did not fucking fuck with that movie.
Yeah,
But
but
he did Jack and Jill. They're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, but he did that with Al Pacino.
I know. Al Pacino's Dunkachino.
yeah,
The fact that she researched this movie for so long, like she was nonstop, like going to strip clubs, talking with sex workers, working with different people in sex work to like inform her character and nail the fucking accent too on top of that.
Dude,
She's
the
not
fact
from New York.
like she does like legit pole dancing. Like there's a shot that opens
Yeah.
with her upside down like 10 feet up a pole and you're like, "Oh shit. Okay. All right." She put in the fucking work, dude.
she's doing it. Pole dancing isn't fucking easy.
No, I'll tell you that.
Like it just requires a lot of fucking physique. Like it's crazy.
The core strength and the thigh strength you need. I'm telling you, dude, it's not easy.
but she fucking murdered
Ladies, I'll take it from here. I know.
I'm gonna let her rip for a second.
this. She murdered this though, dude.
Yeah, she was
Dude,
great.
she's so good.
She really embodied it.
The thing is, like, everyone did so good in this movie, but she does so good that you're like, damn, she's a fucking G.
She transcended the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like her performance makes the movie better.
Yeah.
I know that's a very simple thing to say.
Yeah.
She breathed the dragon's breath. if you
Yeah.
will. No, I totally get you. Yeah.
Like I'm trying to make that sound more impactful, but it's like that's just the most simple way you can put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like a serious force in the movie. She's in, I think, every single scene. It follows her the whole movie. Does it ever even go away from her?
I don't know that it does.
I think there's a portion where Diamond is dancing with Yvonne and it cuts
yeah.
away from them, but that might be it. That might be
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty, like the whole
few
movie.
and far between.
I was surprised thinking about this movie. Like we kind of had it on, like watching a little bit of it, and I was surprised. I was like, damn, this is the most like simple plot
Yeah.
ever. It's like she met a guy. And he was like, fuck, my parents are coming to town. And he ran. And they're like, we got to find the guy. And then get you guys your divorce.
Then it becomes a Home Alone-esque adventure. You know what I mean?
It's literally Max Keeble's big move with whores.
Yeah. And I just,
Max Kegel's big move.
yeah.
Big mood.
But yeah, it's, yeah. I forgot what I was
You
saying.
put a crazy woman in a movie and it bumps Chris's score up a 1.5 stars.
True.
It's just a phenomenon I have noticed.
Yeah, that's
Really?
true.
It is
What
true.
else? What else?
Everything with a crazy woman. Possession. Evil Dead.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I don't know that I definitely didn't expect it to be as funny as it was.
Yeah.
It is fucking hilarious.
It is. In like a, he always has like this chaotic tongue-in-cheek way of being funny.
Yeah.
Where it's the scenario that's funny and like it's a very serious situation of, in her mind, she's being held hostage in a house.
By the Russian mafia.
Yeah. What I thought was going to be the Russian mafia. It turns out it's just like Louis Vuitton's henchmen or something.
Yeah.
Like I was surprised. I thought it would be scarier than that.
Yeah,
And
no.
then they're just like, no, we just are big fashion people.
That's what Sean Baker was saying about the movie. He's like, yeah, I wanted to kind of subvert your expectations because it's like you're used to seeing like these Russian guys that are just bad guys and like they fit that stereotype. He's like, but I wanted to flip that and be like, no, they're just kind of like
They're trying to make it too.
like they have a really difficult job and they're just trying to do the best they can.
Yeah.
And like that's why they even come in while she's being fucking like held against her will, right?
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing?
And he's like, I don't know. I thought this was the best way to do it.
Yeah.
He's like,
Let her go.
yeah. And the other guy's like with a busted nose, like, don't let her go.
Don't let her go. Dude, she's really strong.
Don't let her go. Don't be careful, bro.
Dude,
It's fucking spaghetti on his face, just like, oh god, like frozen noodles.
Yeah, dude, the fucking I can't remember the character's name, but leaving in the middle of a baptism that he's like a key figure at. I was
Oh,
like, dude,
so funny.
what?
Like hawking up his robe to grab his phone
he's
from
like,
his
I'm
pocket.
sorry guys, I gotta go, and they're like,
Well, the best part is like they took a picture.
Toros.
They
Yeah.
took a picture of the marriage contract. He's like, they told me to take picture. I got to send. And she's like, what are you fucking doing? What is going on?
Yeah.
And then she's like, I have to send picture. It's
I
all
have to.
I have to send. And then it shows him getting the picture in the middle of the baptism, and he goes, no,
no.
no. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And he's like, sorry.
So Toros, that dude, he's a frequent Sean Baker collaborator. He was also in Tangerine.
Okay.
So that's the one I have not seen.
Same.
Oh,
I
it's so fucking
still
good.
need to see that.
I have not disliked anything he's done.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, I mean, would you argue he's one of your favorite directors currently?
currently probably he doesn't really have the body of work of like the people that I would say are like my favorite all
Yeah,
time.
yeah. But between
But
Takeout,
I haven't disliked anything.
Takeout, Forward Project, and now this, dude.
Yeah,
Come
dude.
on, man.
Takeout is one of the best examples of like I guess what he does is like a sort of like invisible person in society that is
Yeah.
like humanized to a level that like is painful, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty much every time he just chooses what to, like a character or human to spotlight.
Yeah.
Or a community to spotlight.
Oh, Red Rocket too. It's one we keep
I
forgetting.
need to go back and rewatch it because I didn't like it when we first
Really?
watched it. I didn't.
It's the most different from his shit.
It is, because I think one of the things is most of his characters are flawed but redeemable. And
He's
that
kind
one,
of a piece of
it
shit.
kind of sucks.
He was,
Yeah.
dude, he was a piece of shit
Yeah.
the entire time.
But he's so dumb, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like but there's that aspect that's a bit Sean Baker-esque. Like
He knows how to make men insufferable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great auteur in that way.
Yeah.
But like all of the men in his movies fucking suck shit.
Dude, the fucking in Florida Project, the pedophile that's like, I just wanted a soda. Remember that guy?
Yeah,
Remember
that's
that guy?
Dude,
Oh
that's
my god, I
crazy.
do remember that.
And that's
Oh.
one of the best examples of you being like, fuck yeah, Willem Dafoe, you're my fucking guy in this movie.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's protecting everybody within an inch of his life.
Yeah.
He's doing his absolute best.
Mhm.
the bouncer for a whole apartment building.
Okay, one guy I want to talk about in this movie, obviously, fucking out of nowhere, dude. Igor.
I
Yeah.
loved him.
I love that like bait and switch of like he's a henchman, but now he's like they are put in the same class by the end of the movie where they're both struggling. He lives with his grandma, taking his grandma's pills. She's like, "You're a fucking drug dealer," and he's like, "Those are my grandma's pills."
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
This is my grandma's car.
yeah,
Yeah.
her car even too.
And he's just a guy hired to do a thing,
Yeah, and but on this
trying to do his best.
Yeah.
yeah, and I loved like the third act where you kind of get their interaction. And they kind of start seeing eye to eye, but rewatching it now, we watched a few scenes, and there's parts where like Toros, the like the sort of like the one of the main henchmen, rich for the rich people, is like, "You brought shame on our family by marrying, like you are trash, you are trash. You can't." And then
It'll
cuts
cut to him.
And he's like,
and he's taking that also. He hates that also. Like there's like that separation in class, or I guess just yeah, like they're
He's a working class kid
yeah.
that's, basically doing this for money because
street
he's
smart.
Yeah. And he has a street level job, right? And this fucking child's parents
Yeah.
are paying this exorbitant amount of money for this kid to live in a mansion, one, and for them to find him to divorce this girl that he took advantage of, right?
Yeah.
So whenever those barbs are thrown her way, he's taking on all of that insult as well, because he's in the same situation as her. He's just trying to make it by.
Yeah.
He's literally using his body, his fucking muscles, or whatever. He's the muscle. Yeah, he's the muscle, literally. So he's using that to have a job, to make money. She's doing the exact same thing with the situation that she has, right?
Yeah.
So he feels for her in that way. It takes her a while to realize that because she's so combative with everything.
Yeah.
Every single thing. She's just fucking like just immediate hands, right?
Yeah.
She's like
Vivian.
Yeah. She's the definite. She's like legit. Like fights every single thing.
Yeah.
To the point that like Igor shows her like compassion, and she cannot compute.
No.
Like the part where they're in the mansion for like the last night together, and she's like, "Why didn't you rape me?" And he's genuinely dumbfounded.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm not a rapist," and she's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
every man's a rapist. Like,
Right.
it's sad, but it's like really, really poignant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even I don't want to jump to the end too soon, but the end when they're in the car and the moment that they have, her only way, also one of the coolest moves ever, because you see the scene with the kid's parents and they're so disrespectful to her. The kid is disrespectful too. And
He's already like mentally like wiped his slate clean of her. Like
totally.
she's not even a person anymore now that his parents are like in full view.
just
Yeah.
an object.
Yeah.
Just an object that you, a plaything that you fucked
Yeah.
around with, you got married to, whatever,
Yeah.
no big deal.
Which, can I say real quick before you get to the ending? I was almost like on their side in the first act. I didn't think he was a piece of shit until he ran out of the mansion and left there. I mean, he was a piece of shit.
Sure,
but redeemable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then like as soon as he ran out of the mansion, I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
this is all fucked. Like their marriage is stupid and young love and blissful. Ignorance is bliss.
But you're on her side. Thinking,
yeah, it was like, oh,
yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's like let it rip, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And just like she's getting out of the weeds. She's out of the rat race. She found a rich guy and he's kind of dumb and shit, but whatever.
Yeah, it's literally Pretty Woman for a while there.
Yeah, kind of.
And then Sean Baker does what Sean Baker does, and he's like, nope, it's not a happy ending because fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you get to like things are like as good as they can possibly get like 45 minutes in. So you're like, all right, how's this going?
Well,
Right?
but you can tell that Anora, after a while of just nonstop fucking partying and everything, she's like ready to slow it down. She's like, okay, like, can we relax? Or,
She's
like,
trying to teach him how to fuck good too.
Yeah.
He's like Jackrabbit fucking her, like McGruber fucking.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Hey, what about this?" And he's like, "Blah."
And then he's like, I love you.
"Yeah,
He literally
yeah.
says like, he's like, oh shit, I'm
I
in love
think
with
I
you.
love you." Abandons her.
Yeah. Yeah.
interesting.
Which is yeah.
And I loved all of the build up to the parents finally coming to
Yes.
America. Like that was just a crazy build up. They did that really, really well because you just were intimidated even by their presence, right?
Yeah.
When they finally show up, like the actors were great, but it's just a conversation with fucking rich assholes that don't give a shit about who she is and are disciplining their son. Don't give a fuck what else is going on. And while this is going on, Igor is the one that is, like we said before, he's taking all of these hits of like, oh, you're not important, no one cares about you, and he's taking that on as well, and he feels for her, you know, and he's like, he even slips up and he's like, well, I think he should apologize.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, this motherfucker."
yeah, yeah.
Which I love that scene so much where she's laying into the mom and the dad's laughing.
I
That's one of my
love
favorite
that.
details.
I love that.
He just like was it just
He's
says
like,
so
"This
much.
is some good entertainment for me right now."
Yeah.
He was satisfied.
Yeah.
like
That was-
somebody finally.
That was one of my favorite details.
Yeah.
Where he's like, your son hates you so much. He married me to fuck you over.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh. Like,
He's like, "Oh shit, American women can be crazy too."
but anyways, sorry, we were talking about the scene with Igor and her in the car.
Okay, so that all happens, and then Igor gets her fucking ring back.
Yeah.
And the fucking one of the best moves ever, dude. It's such a fucking clean move. Is when he puts it in her hand when he's like leaving her. He takes her home after all of this. I think they
Walks her
Walks the
luggage
luggage up, and she watches that, and she's like, "Oh shit, this is a good guy."
Yeah.
Like she's like actually like, "Oh damn."
Yeah, because at the end, like even up to the mansion scene, she's like, "You were trying to rape her," which I don't think she even really believed.
She's just combative.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like towards the end where he was nice the whole time.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
he was a henchman and was just trying. He didn't like he literally wanted to leave as soon as they left the mansion and they were going to chase the kid. He was
Yeah.
like, "So I'm done."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're with us until we find the kid." He's like, and then he just kind of babysat her
Yeah.
and all that. Like,
Also,
And it was nice to her the whole fucking time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love how it speaks to her character, and this is like another like further characterization for her, that every situation she's in, she completely adapts to. Like from picking out someone to dance with to then speaking Russian with Yvonne to then she's with the henchmen and they go to that candy shop to
Yeah.
question them.
Yep.
She's like, not only am I also your friend, now I'm a henchman. I'm gonna fuck your shop up with these dudes. She just molds herself to
Yeah.
anything. She's so good.
and even when like she was like arguing sort of the legal stuff
Yeah.
briefly, like when it was the scene where with that poor woman that was just like signing the papers or something.
Oh my God,
like throwing the
yes.
pens and shit, and she's just like, okay,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the Sean Baker, you can feel everyone's a human in all his movies, but in this particularly, where it's
Yeah.
like this person isn't just a whore, isn't just this, isn't just that, whatever, fill in the blank for whatever movie he's doing.
Bitch is trying to pay rent.
Yeah, there's that, but like also it doesn't, like she's so clearly not as dumb as you think she is just because she's doing that or is dealing the
No,
card
dude.
or playing the
Yeah,
card
of
she was
course, yeah.
dealt, you know?
Exactly.
So yeah.
Because I mean, dude, it's so fucking hard to make a buck, dude. I mean, genuinely, fucking good God Almighty. If you're trying to be an honest person in this world, good fucking luck, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in her, you are with her every fucking step of the way. And to go back to the car scene really quick, puts the ring in her hand. The fucking shot of her looking back at him for giving her the ring, and it's like, this is my future, basically, that you just gave me back, right? This is almost everything, the best situation that I could have gotten out of this.
Yeah. It's a salary in her hand.
Exactly. And for him to just do that for her and ask for nothing in return, then for her to feel compelled to like, okay, well, I have to have sex with him now because this is the
transaction. Yeah.
this is what I've done. This is how I've made it through life. Up until this point that's how I reciprocate people that do things for me. And that wasn't his intention. Obviously, he's like in love with her because who the fuck wouldn't be, right? But for him to like slow her down and like try to kiss her, that like immediately she's like, what the fuck? And she like hits him and shit. But it's like, it's the realization of like, he's not asking for that in return.
Right.
He genuinely like loves her or, you know, has feelings for her in that moment for who she is.
Just respects her as a human being.
Yeah. And respects her as a human being. And like, dude, Sean Baker knows how to fucking end a movie, bro.
Dude.
When she hopped on his lap, I was like, oh no. Like I didn't even
It was
get
a little
the
too
point.
fantasy, happily ever after, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even that. It was like I thought
That's what it was. Okay.
No, it was like it wasn't like a oh my god they're in love thing. I thought it was like oh like it seems so unmotivated for her to just hop his bones.
She's like, oh, she's just gonna again debase herself to.
Yeah, I guess more so. I was like, I thought it was a weird.
That's not me. What the fuck?
I thought it was a weird writing choice. I was like, oh, why is she? It seems so unmotivated. It seems so like, and then she fucks him. But then I was like, of course that's not what he was going for. And I was like, I don't like this until it got all complicated, and then she started crying, and it recontextualized her whole.
And then he just comforts her.
Yeah, it recontextualized the whole sex scene,
Yeah.
I guess, or like partial sex scene. I was like, oh, this is so much sadder and deeper than like.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is shallow and stupid, and then it was like, oh, now that just changed the whole context where it's
It
like,
becomes real. It becomes real.
yeah, it was like, oh shit, she was doing that because everything was transactional. It's all she knows. It's all she's good at, or that's all she thinks she's good at.
Yeah.
And then and him just like kind of just like shocked the whole time.
Because like, how are you gonna say no? Like fucking really?
Like, yeah, it was just complicated.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it made it so much deeper, and like that's your ending, and it just no music cuts to black, and I'm like, fuck.
Dude, with the windshield wipers going, just with the credits, I was like, dude.
Yeah. And it's such an abrupt halt to such a sort of funny, chaotic, sad journey.
Yeah.
Like
yes.
you're just like you're hitting high RPM the whole movie, and then the last like car scene is just like on cruise control, and you're like, it's unsettling
Because you're waiting for the shoe to drop. You're waiting for something bad to happen.
which is kind of her life.
right.
It's kind of like working at a club all day, which is loud and chaotic and filled with people taking advantage of you, and then you go home for the night and go to bed, and it's quiet, and you're like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Like it's
right.
just ends.
Yeah. It takes like it looks behind the curtain a lot.
Yeah.
In this movie too, like with that, like literally, you know, when it shows like the back room of like the inner workings of like
The private rooms and shit.
the private rooms and the all
And
the
then her
workers talking about it.
Her beef with Diamond when she's
Yeah.
like, it's gonna last 2 weeks, bitch. And then Yvonne shows up and she's like, well.
Yeah. Yeah. And their fight is so funny.
Yeah.
Get out of my private, bitch.
Yeah.
So shouts to Yura Borisov.
That's
That's
Yvonne.
Igor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Igor. Fucking
great.
A, man. Wow.
Ego, strong name.
Igor, strong name.
Strong name.
Your
That
name
too.
means wind or bright or light or something.
Yeah.
Is it?
And them just like even just smoking on the couch or whatever like that. I love that scene. Their interactions with each other were fucking pitch perfect, man. They had great chemistry. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody did. It's fucking hilarious. The dude that fucking busted his nose.
That guy was hilarious.
So funny.
He's an actual comedian, by the way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
Even
that makes sense.
the very first thing where you see him and he's about to sit down where like in that church, and then he's told, he's like, you got to go, and he's like, now? And he's like, go. He's like, now?
yeah.
Go.
Yeah. I love the scene where they're all screaming into the speakerphone, and he's just
Yeah.
holding it like, and then he eventually just sets it down.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like,
I can't just hold.
yeah. He was hilarious.
He's great.
Yeah. I mean, this had that Uncut Gems feel of like
Chaos
It's
and-
chaos. It not in that same. I get what you were saying when you're like, this feels, because you're just high RPM the whole movie.
Yeah.
Arguing, yapping,
But the
so much bullshit, just bullshit all the time.
The Safdies and Sean Baker have that aesthetic, though.
Yeah.
The realism. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Daddy Longlegs is a fucking Sean Baker movie. If you've seen that movie,
I still
haven't.
need to. I bought the Criterion on a sale and I still have not watched it, so I need to.
Dude, it's really good. But that movie is like directly them being like, we like Sean Baker.
That's awesome.
there's another thought I had.
We
about
liked
this.
Takeout, so here's our Takeout. I mean,
Yeah. This feels like, and Uncut Gems too, feels like a reoccurring nightmare I have where I have to do something very simple and 10,000 things get in the way.
Ugh.
yeah.
You know, like where it's like, I have to do this, and it's like, oh, but this happens, and I got a detour over here. It's like, but I've just got to do that one thing.
Right.
And it's, I can't even like articulate what that one thing is, but I just keep getting detoured. And that's what these movies feel like.
Yeah.
Fun ride though.
Fun ride.
Great.
Dude. What a great fucking movie. All right, boys. Is that it for Anora?
I think so. Excellent.
Baby. All right.
Okay, let's go.
Is it cinema with Marty Scorsese? Boys, we have to determine whether or not Sean Baker's Anora is in fact cinema or not cinema. I also didn't like that they called her Annie the entire movie and not Anora. I was like, fucking A, call her Anora.
She doesn't like her name, Josh.
Doesn't like the fucking name. It's too long. All right. Is it cinema? Is it not cinema? Chris Collins?
Absolutely cinema.
Wow, dude. Didn't
Wow, did not expect. Let me guess real quick. We all think it's cinema. Let me guess. I just want to guess.
Yeah, it's fucking cinema,
Yeah.
baby. So now we have to determine whether or not Anora is 4-3-4. Does that mean... is it the be-all, end-all? Does it belong in the Criterion Collector Collection? Is it the best of the best? Do we fucking want to own this on a steelbook?
Do we fuck with this movie, dude?
Is it going to be in a fucking Criterion Collective? Is Criterion for us? I don't know. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to say abso-fucking-lutely. I want to own this real bad. We have a screener, so I kind of own it forever.
I'm gonna say abso-flipping-lutely. I'm not as vulgar as you. Not a cocksucker like Josh.
Chris, is it 4-3 for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congrats, Sean Baker and Anora. You did it. You made us happy.
You've been legitimized in the eyes of the cinematic community.
Come on the show anytime.
Anytime, buddy. And come talk about, I don't know, the Safdie brothers.
A different
Come here and talk about some
different
other
guys
movies.
that do movies like yours, but not you.
I mean, it's like, come on here and talk about your movie? Fuck that, dude. You know what I mean? Come
Dude,
here.
I mean, yeah, I would love.
Come here and talk about fucking high crimes. I don't know.
Have
Yeah.
you seen Chainsaw Man, Sean Baker?
I would love to talk to him.
ever heard of Interstellar, bro?
So there's this really cool movie called Tenet. Did you see that?
It's like Takeout, but for time. It's Time Out, if you will.
Time out, if you will. All right, boys. Dumb movie titles for Anora.
None. Pride and Prostitutes. He Said No Pickles, and The Death of Yvonne's Chill Bitch, which is it'll take some explaining, but it makes sense. I promise.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
You don't have one. You're trying
I
to make
don't
one
have
up.
one.
You're trying to come up with one on the spot. You forgot to do it.
You can do it.
A24 is Pretty Woman?
I mean, yeah.
Pretty Vulgar Woman.
Pretty Vulgar Woman? That's pretty good. What about you?
Shitty Woman.
I don't have one. I forgot. Fucking asshole. What kind of fucking?
Look at this fucking guy.
All right, we got to do box office.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
How much does the movie cost to
$7.
How much did it make?
How much did the movie cost to make?
Cost to make. Let's see. I'm gonna go as The Economist. I won both last week. I'm gonna go a cool 12 mil.
This cost $23 million.
I was gonna guess 20 million. Alexa, how much did the movie Anora cost to make?
From MovieWeb.com. The movie cost an estimated $100 million.
Okay.
Bullshit. Oh yeah, so it was
I
red one.
win, actually. So.
I'd win. All right. Anora budget.
AI overview.
Yeah. $6 million budget.
Bullshit.
Yep.
I don't think so.
6 million.
I think it's a little more than 6. That
6.
Yeah, but okay. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That number seems low.
I'm fine
6,
with it. How
yep.
much did it make in theater?
I just saw, so I'm out.
Fuck. $14 million.
You got an itchy ear.
Because it was only open in fucking 3 theaters for like a month.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like Sing Sing, it opened in like 19 theaters countrywide.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
14?
14.
That's funny. In my head, I was like about 15 million, but but now I'm just seeing like I'm just overing you. 15 million.
You win
How much?
25.
Oh, nice. Good for Anora, dude.
Nice.
She got her fucking money back. All right, boys. It's time to get out of here.
Yeah. Actor game for her. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hold on. Let me give you.
Anora.
Scream 2.
Thanks for listening to There It's Many Movies.
That FX show she was on that was really good with Pamela Adlon.
Yeah. She's great though. I mean, this is a star-making movie for her, for sure.
I hope she gets it, man.
Yeah.
I can't think of another performance that's been like, wow. Micah, what's her name? Micah Monroe?
Mhm.
Long legs?
I'm just glad she's got a vehicle to show how good she is. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, she's good in Scream too, but it's like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna fucking do about it?
You know what I'm saying? You got
What the fuck are you gonna do?
ladder wrap, Dad. Ladder counts.
Yeah, right there.